Hi, welcome to Washington, D.C. This is Carlos Garcia with Eng Garcia Properties. We're one of the top teams in the country for real estate sales, finishing 2013 in the top 10 for Keller Williams, which is the #1 brand in the country based on agents on the street. Here in D.C., we've seen the market shift, and one of the market sort of elements that's on the move is the interest rate environment, which is actually something we're all facing all around the country. And you're starting to see articles now. Clients are asking me, what is this I'm reading about hybrid mortgages? Well, there are traditional fixed rate mortgages, and then there are hybrid mortgages, mortgages that might not be a fixed rate mortgage. They can get pretty exotic. I wouldn't necessarily advocate that most of my clients look at the most extreme versions of hybrid mortgages, but one version that we should be looking at now, especially as rates are creeping up, is going to be the ARM, or the adjustable rate mortgage. So this is to say that rather than get a 30-year fixed rate, you might be able to get a 30 or 15-year loan that has a portion of it, the front end of it, where the rate is lower, and where you might spend the same amount of fees to get a mortgage that effectively has a lower rate for a period, the adjustment period, and then thereafter can move to a slightly higher rate. So why would somebody do an ARM? Well, in the recent past, we've been advocating that people take a good hard look at the traditional fixed rate because the rates were just so amazing. Rates are still very good, but because they're starting to move up, they are getting a little bit more costly, and so maybe a little bit more thinking has to go into it. A lot of our clients are trying to make a judgment. How many years will I be in this house? How many years will I be in the loan? If this is a house that I'm buying, but I only think I'll live in it for 5 years, should I get an adjustable rate mortgage since I may be selling it after 5 years, after 7 years? On the other hand, if I may be moving out of the house, but thinking that I would hold on to it as an investment property, perhaps I should look at that 30-year fixed loan and pay a slightly higher rate and have a slightly higher monthly carrying cost, but in the long run have fixed that still relatively very good rates by historic standards. So these are the kinds of things that as the market shifts, our thinking needs to shift. We may come to the same conclusion, but at a minimum we need to re-examine and reconsider and perhaps revisit some of the questions that we've been overlooking in a different market environment. So I'm not here to say that rates are going to shoot up. I read something from a reliable source recently that indicated that maybe in about a year, or within about a year, we might see a 1% move to rates something like in the mid-5s or upper 5s, but shy of 6%. Still terrific by historic standards. If you want to think about these sort of things, please feel free to communicate with us. Take a look at our blog or our online blog, and dial into us at enggarcia.com, enggarcia.com. This is Carlos Garcia once again in Washington, D.C., and I hope that you'll join us next time for our video blog. Cheers.